Where I wanted to go with this stream tonight, though, was more a case of let's focus on Mo for the time being, because you've seen Mohamed Salah's post after the game at the weekend. If you haven't, I'm going to read it out to you and let you know what Mo had to say, and then we can try and pick the bones out of it, quite frankly. So, posting on X after the game, this is what Mohamed Salah wrote. Top of the table is where this club belongs, nothing less. All teams win matches, but there's only one champion in the end. So far, we're all good, all happy. That's what we want. Thank you for your support last night. And here's the part that has a lot of Liverpool fans obviously a little bit concerned. No matter what happens, I will never forget what scoring at Anfield feels like. Now, of course, we can't interpret exactly what Mo wants to say there, but it still feels to me like he wants to stay. And I hope that the club can get past whatever the sticking point is that hasn't got this deal done yet, because I really feel like from the outside, and look, we are on the outside here as fans, that Mo and Virgil want to stay, you know, and I'm baffled as to how we still haven't seen this. Now, look, we want him to stay. It feels like Mo wants to stay, but the options are becoming a little bit clearer, because there was a post that went up about, I think it was a couple of hours ago, and it was credited to TalkSport, and they've said Al Hilal want to sign Mohamed Salah. They've even got a picture of him in the Al Hilal shirt done up. The Saudi Pro League club are interested in picking up the Egyptian winger as a free agent in June when his current Liverpool contract expires. Salah fueled speculation over leaving Liverpool with a cryptic social media post after the game against who did we play at the weekend actually? Sorry, Brighton. Confused. Was looking ahead. Brighton. So yeah, I want to know basically how you guys feel about the situation. I just think it'd be such a waste if he went to the Saudi Pro League at the minute. He's too good. And the more I've thought about this, the more I feel like the only sensible option here is an extension. Because if you look to another club in Europe, well, what are his options going to be? Madrid, Barca, look like they're not going to be an option for him. PSG, that's not an upgrade. Why not stay at Liverpool and cement the legacy? So I'm concerned by it, but I'm more concerned by the lack of activity from the club. Because, as I said on this one, the more I read about it, the more I hear Mo talk about it, it feels to me that he wants to stay. And I don't want Al Hilal or anybody else getting a sniff, so I hope that Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes and FSG can get their heads together and come up with a deal that works. Because once again, this weekend, we had a moment in the game where Mo stepped up, got us over the line, got us a goal, and showing that he's still contributing at the very highest level in the biggest games. So it's frustrating as a fan. Raz said Mo would definitely want to stay. He wants to finish his career strong. Absolutely. And look at it, like he's, you know, we've gone through the goal scoring charts and we've spoken about where he is in the list of all-time goal scorers in the Premier League and who he could rein in. Well, there was a post put up by the Premier League earlier on, just giving the numbers of Mohamed Salah stats per season at Liverpool, and again, they just make for incredible reading. So 2017-2018, Mohamed Salah had 36 games played, 32 goals scored, 10 assists. 18-19, 38 games played, 22 goals scored, 8 assists. 19-20, 34 games played, 19 goals and 10 assists. 2021, 37 games played, 22 goals, 5 assists. 21-22, 35 games played, 23 goals and 13 assists. 22-23, the full 38 games played, 19 goals, 12 assists. 23-24, he played 32 games, had 18 goals and 10 assists. And so far this season, Mo's played 10 league games with 7 goals and 5 assists. It is the epitome of consistency. It is truly remarkable to see it done on such a consistent basis. So there is no suggestion in the numbers that he's dropping off. So what could it be maybe that is causing Liverpool to second guess themselves? And that's what I feel like might be happening here. We know reportedly Michael Edwards doesn't like to give out contracts to people who are in their mid to late 30s who potentially could have a drop off in their output. That's understandable as well. But we're not seeing that in the numbers. So what is it that's causing this delay? It's very confusing. You know, if Mo had his head turned, that's one conversation, but he hasn't. So it feels like we're just being pedantic here. Get it done, please. We all want it done. Just looking through those numbers, it is absolutely astonishing how consistent Mo has been during his time here. Would I let Mo go for Marmoush? It's a really difficult question to answer because if I'm being really honest with you, mate, there are other forwards I would rather move on if we had to move one on. And look, to bring in Omar Marmoush, it does feel like we would have to move somebody on. And I asked David that question directly earlier on. If you do see Liverpool maybe bringing in Marmoush, would it be at the expense of somebody already here? And it must be, because we wouldn't need to bring in another forward and have 7 options for 3 places. So I don't know who leaves, but it would feel like that's the case. Now, Ben said, hey Craig, Al-Hilal wants Salah. Is it true? Well, it's true that it's been reported. Now, I don't know. It's kind of funny though, because it is TalkSport that have reported it. And we had Gabriel Bonlahor with his, I know I have it on good authority, he's going to Saudi, it's already been agreed, blah, blah, blah. But again, nobody else seems to have anything to back this up. Look, I've no doubt that Al-Hilal or any other club of the Saudi Pro League would be extremely interested in getting Mo in. But right now, ball's still in our court. And we have a chance to make sure that it gets sorted. And again, I don't understand how it hasn't been. It feels somewhat disrespectful now that this situation's dragged on so long. FSG out said, if Mo did go to Saudi, what would Salah, Mane and Bobby all be in Saudi? Yeah, they would be, but look, it hasn't worked out for Mane too much. It definitely hasn't worked out for Firmino over there because he's not even getting a game. There's talk of him wanting to strip the armband off from some of the fans as well. So you go to Saudi for one thing and one thing only, money. That's it. And Mo still has that option ahead of him. You know, if you look at him compared to Ronaldo and the time of his career Ronaldo moved across, or you look at Messi and the time of Messi's career that he moved to the MLS, you would imagine Mo has minimum 3 years to go at the top level. Is anybody concerned about the TalkSport post about Al-Hilal wanting to sign Salah? Because it feels like, of course they would. Like, when I look at it, it's like, well, yeah, they want to. Of course they want to. Like, do I think every club in the Saudi Pro League wants to sign him? Yeah. Do I think half the clubs in Europe want to sign him? Yeah. But, you know, as I keep saying, I want lots of stuff in life, but it doesn't mean I'm getting it. And I think right now the ball's still very much in Mohamed Salah and Liverpool's court to get this done. So I think we now as fans need to start kind of seeing some progress on these contracts, you know, or at least getting some type of a pathway to figure out what's going to happen. It can't go on indefinitely, and it's been going on too long. Let's be honest, it has. So yeah, for me, it's just a case of what's taking so long. Like, again, I can't understand how one of these aren't done. That's the part that I keep scratching my head about. Yes, I can imagine one or two of them are tricky conversations to have. But I feel like the club will have everything they need. Numerically, with regards to the progress, the fitness levels, all the data that Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes will need to make these decisions. I feel like they have. I also feel like we can sit here and safely say that Mohamed Salah and Virgil have been putting out the vibes that they want to stay. I can't say the same about Trent because I don't feel that I've heard enough positivity from Trent about staying, nor do I feel I can say Trent wants to go. I truly don't know what Trent wants. But I think we can see that Mo and Virg wants to stay. So again, I'm just going to ask, what's taking so long? Rusba. And I agree with this as well, mate. Let me just get it up for you. There you go. Said, we should keep Salah for 2 years. As good as Diaz, Gakpo and sometimes Darwin are, I feel like their level is a little bit below Mane and Firmino. Replacing these legends is very tough. It's really tough, mate. And do you know what else? It just increases the competition. And the more competition for place you have, normally I feel like that makes everybody's levels go up. Just look at the little battle between Gakpo and Diaz this season.